What's up YouTube? Thanks for tuning in to the latest video here from JT Tactical. I'm JT and today we're talking about buddy gear for the second time. This time I'm talking about the complete loadouts that I have for my buddy gear. So last video I mentioned this loadout here, and when we were talking in our last video about buddy gear, it was I put those kits together with the intention of giving those to people that I thought would probably end up joining my group. But this, however, is for a different purpose. This is a complete loadout very similar to the chest rig that I've gone over that I have for myself. But this I put together with the intention of either I can use this instead of my chest rig because this is set up to run with my tactical 12 gauge shotgun. B, I can hand this to one of the people already in my group who didn't have a chance to get their gear when we had to bug out. Maybe they've used some of their gear, they need more, they need a backup, anything like that. Or C, if somebody new does join our group eventually, then I can hand them this and they'll have a complete loadout to run with. So let's go over what is included in this and talk maybe a little bit more about what's not included in it and why. So I'm going to start out on the front. We have this admin pouch here, and in the back I have some note cards. I have a whole stack of them, and depending on where we're operating when this gets pulled into use, I'd probably put certain maps back here as well. I don't think I mentioned that when I did the video on my chest rig. I do intend to carry printed maps, paper maps of our operating areas. I don't have them placed in there yet. I have them in a stack in a certain spot in my house so that I can go through them and grab the ones I need when I'm bugging out, depending on what location we're going to, all that sort of stuff. So right in front of that pocket is where all the writing utensils are. I've included a pen and a pencil, and then markers that are once again the 4 colors needed to triage anyone who may be wounded in that situation. Usually I would put those in the IFAK, but I stuck them up here. I like to have the red one is good for writing on maps sometimes in low light situations, things like that, so I just stuck them up here. Just to the left of that is a small pocket that has a package of glow sticks in it. We've talked about those before, so I'm not going to really talk about those a whole lot now. Moving once again to the left, I have a tourniquet. And then, if you remember the video that I did on what I have in my IFAKs, there's a tourniquet in there as well. So there's 2 tourniquets on this setup. Right here, I don't know how well you can see it. There's the earpiece for the radio. The mic is up here on the shoulder. I just have that clipped on there so it's not hanging down and everything. And the radio is actually on the back right here. That's the only thing in that pocket is the radio, and it is fairly accessible with the left hand, and if needed it comes out of that pocket very easily. On the side here we got a canteen and the water purification tablets there. That's pretty standard for any loadout that I have, whether it's a belt, a chest rig, vest, whatever. And then on the opposite side is the IFAK with the medic emblem right there. I've gone over these quite a bit, so go take a look at the video that I did completely on the IFAK if you want to see what's in here. On the front, I have 2 admin pouches. The one on the left here, the front little pocket has a folding knife, and a lighter. The next pocket has a compass, a flashlight, and 2 changes of batteries for it, and then a second lighter. And the back pocket has the charger for the radio. I do make sure the radio stays charged. However, I like to have that in there just in case. Then this pocket here, this pouch here, this actually has, I'm going to try to show you without spilling them all. This has 50 12-gauge shotgun shells in it. Like I mentioned a second ago, I set up this rig to run with my 12-gauge shotgun. I don't have it here. I don't usually show firearms in my videos for the most part, but it is a short-barreled tactical style shotgun that has a pistol grip. It is probably the second long gun that I would choose to run with. Given different circumstances, I guess in some situations it may be my first choice, depending on what I'm doing, where I'm operating, things like that. So this is mainly for somebody else, but I could see myself actually using this setup in a situation where I needed to run with my shotgun, and then I would have my battle belt on as well that I've done a video on previously. This vest is actually a plate carrier as well. I don't have plates in it right now because my main vest has the plates in it. If I see an extra pair of decently priced plates, I have been keeping my eye out for some so I can have extras to put in this vest, or it's not that big of a deal to pull them out of my other vest and put them in here. But for now, there's no plates in this plate carrier. That's all that I have on here. I think if you watch enough of my videos, you study enough of my gear, you'll quickly realize I don't carry a lot of gear. I like to stay light, and that's because I like to be able to move quickly and efficiently, and to be able to just get the job done as quickly as possible and get out. I don't like to be weighed down by carrying lots of water or carrying lots of extra ammunition. I have an assault pack for that I can have nearby in pretty much any situation. So, once again, thanks for tuning in to our YouTube channel here at JT Tactical, and I hope that you can learn a lot from these videos, especially on the ones I've been doing lately on my buddy gear. Hope it gives you a lot to think about by studying what I include in these kits, but also what I don't include. One of the things that you won't see here is anything for a handgun. One of the reasons for that is because if this kit, which is designed to go to somebody other than me, so if this kit ends up being handed to somebody that was not one of the original people in our group, if it's somebody that has joined us along the way, chances are I'm not going to trust them 100% still. I might trust them, 90, 95%, and that's why they get this. That's why they get this loadout. That's why they're allowed to join our group. However, it's very rare that I will trust somebody 100%, and unless they're one of my main people, I don't want them to have a firearm that is small enough that they could conceal. A shotgun, everybody's going to know if they're walking around with it. But a handgun, not so much. So I don't want them to be able to have the opportunity to hide a firearm or to conceal a firearm where none of my people know that they have it. So I'm not going to hand anybody anything that would give them the ability to do that, such as a handgun or magazines for a handgun that they have. If they come to me with their own handgun, I'm not going to take it from them, but I'm definitely not going to give them ammo for it, or magazines, or anything to aid them in carrying that handgun. I also don't have any large knives on here. On my battle belt, I have a larger knife, but I'm not going to give anyone else one of those, partially because I don't want to go spend money on things like that, but mainly because the same thing with the handgun. The small pocket knife, that's what, a 3.5 inch blade? That can do damage to somebody, that can hurt somebody, but a large knife with a 8.5, 9 inch blade, a survival knife, anything of that sort, that is still very easy to conceal on your person, and it can do a whole lot of damage. And so that's another reason that I don't hand out blades like that, just for the safety of my people and myself, of course. Well, that's going to wrap up today's video. I appreciate everyone who takes the time out of the day to watch this, and I hope that you can learn something from it, or at least get some good ideas for the way that you want to do things. Please drop a comment, question, anything, and try to start a conversation, and let's learn from each other, share ideas, network. I love doing stuff like that. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.